So Bob, I think very excited to have you here. I think one of the shapers of the industrial industry in the U.S. over many years, CEO of High Street, co-founded High Street in 2002. Responsible for overall management as its CEO, 17 years before that with Trammell Crow, and excited to have a chance to chat with you on the industrial market. Some things we've seen here. Curious to get your views on it. But before we do that, maybe give us a background. What got you into industrial real estate? What was the sector like then versus today? Help us understand the evolution of the sector that I think wasn't as thought after by investors when you started.
Yeah, no, things have changed. It's been many years ago when we started doing industrial. When I started doing industrial, Trammell Crow started with industrial. I mean, I think Trammell himself was probably the father of what we know today as the industrial distribution and warehouse business in Dallas, and then proliferated, all around the country. But those days were just very different. I mean, this was a sector, and like Peter did a terrific job. I think, Peter, you hit all the sort of points that, either we're all right in our business or we're all wrong. So hopefully we're all right about everything you were saying. But it was a fairly predictable, became a very commodity type business. I remember in the back in probably the mid-90s in New Jersey, we were doing some business with Webvan, which was one of these first sort of online grocer types, and that thing sort of started and fizzled. We took note. It was something that was going to be kind of interesting for the sector. Something that people thought was kind of cool, and then it kind of went away again. So we were sort of back to our basic boxes and this sort of mundane business, where vacancies were 8-9% when life was good and 20% when life was bad. Anytime we had a downturn, we saw rents go from $2 to $4 and then retreat right back to $2 and then start the cycle all over again. And then things started to change with, 13 years ago with e-commerce, starting and people becoming more and more aware of e-commerce and what that was. And, we had the internet, which was the ultimate disruptor of sort of everything in our lives. And then you had that technology with the disruptor that is e-commerce sort of take over our logistics business. And then all kinds of things started happening. We saw all kinds of data analytics happening. We saw, omni-channel, the idea of an omni-channel distribution where you could have any device in your hands and shop, and all the way to the physical.